Just checking my notes. Was there a coach fired this weekend? Just checking, because that has been the story at the beginning of every podcast for the last 5, I believe. I think they fired them all. That's why. Week 12.
Yeah, I don't think there's any sitting coaches available anymore.
That's right. All interim, all the time. College football 25. Welcome to week 12 of MidWeek College Football Breakdown. I'm the AntMan up top, Brandon Stevens down low. Dalton Miller, Oklahoma was off this past weekend. Hopefully some guys got well. Our Mason Thomas especially. B, I know you keep your ear to everything that's going on. Both Dalton and I were working this week while you were listening to the radio. So can you fill us in with what's going on with OU?
I mean, honestly, they're not giving anything away. Their hopes are to get healthy. They want to see Gentry Williams get a little bit healthier. They want our Mason Thomas to get a little bit healthier. It sounds like they're both a go for this week, but they're not giving anything out. We'll find out Wednesday night when the availability report comes out what the initial thoughts are, but they're not giving anything away. They didn't practice from after I think it was Thursday last week. Then maybe they practiced on Thursday, but they were off from Friday until today. So the first time Venables is going to see the players since last Thursday is tonight. So they had a good little break. And so, I mean, he just told everybody to go home, get healthy, eat right, do your schoolwork, and we'll see you back here for practice. But I mean, they're not giving anything away. It's going to be fun, but they're not giving anything away.
Last year, Alabama rolled into Norman, found out who the real Crimson was. We'll get into that coming up in just a little bit. Can Oklahoma do the same going to Tuscaloosa? First, we want to get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, Dalton, I know you didn't get a chance. You were traveling most of the weekend, didn't get to watch a lot of college football. So I'm going to give you a little peek at the best thing that happened this week in college football.
Mendoza in trouble. It's out. Touchdown. Wow. Omar Cooper. Unbelievable. Giving the Heisman Trophy now.
Was the left foot the first
Watch
one
this.
to touch?
Right foot doesn't touch. He holds it up. Left foot touches before the right foot.
Oh, my goodness. It's a touchdown.
Oh, my gosh. He caught it.
Ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Unbelievable drive. Unbelievable touchdown pass.
How about that?
That's incredible.
So you said you didn't think the right foot touched at all. Right there.
No.
Did you think that it did?
It didn't.
I don't think it does. I think he holds that ankle up and curls that ankle enough. I've seen it from a couple of different ankles. I've seen it from a couple of different angles. If we could see it from his ankle, we would probably know for sure. But I've seen it from a couple of different angles. I said it again, angles. And I don't think the right foot touches before the left foot does. I think the left foot touches down with its toe, and he actually even ends up getting his heel in on that left foot. An unbelievable catch. The catch of the year so far. Omar Cooper Jr., he leads Indiana in receiving so far this year. But, I mean, that is the catch of the year. And with 36 seconds left in that game, that was ridiculous. I mean, such a good catch. That is my good for this game, by the way.
Yes, yeah, of course. It would be, even though you didn't see it, Dalton. I know it's yours, but I was going to give an unconventional praise on that, and I want to play, and you can even watch it again, at least from. Let's see if I can remove.
Give him the Heisman Trophy now.
Right here, I want to.
Was the left foot the first one to touch?
What they're talking about. That whole shot right there. What I'd like to give. If you knew what had to go in to having a high-speed camera in focus that just happened to be on that play, I'm giving just a huge amount of credit to the cameraman on this shot right here, because that's not easy to do as a cameraman, to have that in focus.
Oh, my goodness. It's a touchdown.
Oh.
That's crazy.
See,
I'd also like
his
to
right
say,
foot
too,
doesn't touch until right there.
That's wild.
Mad respect to that back judge.
Yeah,
Dude,
for sure.
Eyes
In real
on
time.
the prize right there.
That's
Like the dude's eyes were where they needed to be. Obviously, he's trained and he's done it a lot. Apparently, and made it look like he's done it a lot. But props to him, because when they slow-mo it, the moment that he saw the catch was there, his eyes went straight to the feet. And that, like, you could just see it. And then he called it live on the field. Like,
Yeah,
he saw
called
it.
it a touchdown.
I mean, props to him, man.
Yeah.
good, bad, and the ugly. We know that's your good, Brandon. What is your bad and ugly against Indiana versus Penn State?
My bad was Indiana's lack of ability to step on Penn State's throat. They're up 20-10 going into the fourth quarter. Penn State ends up scoring touchdowns on its first 2 drives of the fourth quarter to go up 24-20 with just over 6 minutes left. I mean, Indiana.
Pause on that. Did Penn State start with the ball, or did Indiana start with the ball in the second half? Because you said they.
I don't recall who started with the ball in the second half, but I know Indiana was up 20-10 going into the fourth.
Jeez.
And ended up with 8.5 minutes gone in the fourth. They were down 24-20.
So that last drive is the last touchdown of the game for them.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Yep.
With 36 seconds left, they were down 20-24 going into that play. I mean,
After
Indiana's
20-10. That's crazy.
Yeah, Indiana obviously got the win, but happening under super crazy pressure like that, Omar Cooper Jr.'s amazing catch. I mean, catch of the year for sure for me so far. And I don't know that there can be one that beats that. I mean, that is ridiculous concentration and ability to control your legs and your feet was crazy. Had they not converted on that, though, Indiana would have had a really bad loss to a Penn State team that's lost 5 in a row. I mean, sometimes being lucky is more important than being good on a certain play or a certain day. And luck was definitely in the Hoosiers' advantage that week. The ugly to me is just short and sweet, just Penn State's historic slump. I mean, they just can't figure out how to get it done. I mean, like I said, they've lost 5 in a row, fired head coach James Franklin. Everybody thought, well, maybe they'll have a bounce back game after his firing. And they did. They kept it close, but just not good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, made some boneheaded plays down the stretch on that last drive. Defense got really soft, and Mendoza just had a field day on that last drive. Did whatever he wanted. That's my ugly though. Just Penn State sucks.
The history was that Indiana has never won at Penn State until ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that video.
Yeah.
When they talked to Signetti about it.
That's right.
And he was like, this team's never played at Penn State. I'm like, oh, okay.
Got it. Moving on.
I love him. I love Signetti.
The college game day went to Lubbock. What do you do in Lubbock other than game day? That's it. And they had a ball.
Buy tortillas.
BYU, throw tortillas at least. Texas Tech was facing an undefeated BYU in this game, and Tech came out on top. Brandon, good, bad, and ugly on this.
Man, the good was just Texas defense. I mean, they were filthy. They held BYU to 255 total yards. They've been averaging over 500 yards a game, only 67 rushing yards. It's one of those statement wins for this Tech team. The statement win where the defense just put the team on their shoulders and just carried them through to the victory. They had big opportunistic plays on special teams. BYU fumbled a punt. Texas Tech falls on it. Field goals galore from Stone Harrington for Texas Tech. Made 5 field goals. Turnovers by the mustache dude, Jacob Rodriguez. He had an interception and a forced fumble. I mean, just made a big difference. Texas Tech's defense was really good. The bad was just BYU's offense on third down. They were terrible, as Charles Barkley would say. They were 3 for 14. Freshman quarterback Bear Bachmeier coming into this game. People are talking, oh, he's going to be freshman of the year. He's so good. I mean, he was not good in this game. They just couldn't get anything sustained. they were unable to take the wind out of the sails of that 60,000 plus fandom party that they were having at Jones AT&T Stadium. That place was insane. It was absolutely crazy. Just even watching it through TV, you could just feel the emotion and you could just feel the presence of those fans. It was nuts. And then the ugly is, we talked about this in pre-show, the ugly is bad playoff implications for BYU coming off of this game. Even though they were undefeated, they only have one loss. It's not just the loss for BYU, but going into this game undefeated and losing this game by being dominated leaves a lot of people talking about, are they overrated? And I mean, after watching Saturday, I feel like they were overrated. They finished the season home against TCU, then they go to Cincinnati, and then home against UCF. For me, they have to win out to have any chance of getting into the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens in the Big 12 championship. But the big game comes in 2 weeks at Cincinnati. They're tied with Cincinnati right now for second in the Big 12 after this loss. So Cincinnati's playing really good ball right now. That's going to be a really big game coming up there, but really bad, ugly playoff implications for BYU after this game.
No coach, but a new quarterback. Auburn rolled into Vandy on Saturday. B, you said this is the one that you spent most of your Saturday watching, and we're not purposely just skipping over Dalton. Dalton was traveling, so he said no good, bad, and ugly for any of these. So, B, let's have yours for the Vandy-Auburn game.
I mean, honestly, my good is both quarterbacks in this game. Ashton Daniels, the quarterback transfer from Stanford, got his second start of the season after replacing Jackson Arnold going into the last game. Ashton Daniels went 31 for 44 for 353 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also carried the ball 18 times for 89 yards and another 2 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, great performance by that kid. I don't know why he hadn't been starting all year, honestly, because we've seen the Jackson Arnold experience, and, I mean, he's going to be lucky to get a group of 5 job next year. But Diego Pavia also had himself a day. 25 for 33, 377 yards, and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was also the leading rusher for the Commodores with 18 rushes for 112 yards and another touchdown. I mean, honestly, led us to a great overtime thriller. Vanderbilt pulls it off in overtime, 45-38. But, I mean, this looked like one of the old school Big 12 just shootouts up and down the field, which leads me to my bad.
Yeah.
Neither defense in this game was able to get big stops or hold the other team down consistently at all. Both teams had over 500 total yards of offense, and they combined for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns in this game. It was just crazy. Like I said, looked like a Big 12 shootout. And then the ugly is just the cluster that is Auburn football right now. I mean, they had serious offensive productivity problems this year coming into this game. And then in this game, the offense shows up big time, puts up 560-something yards of offense, and then the defense can't seem to play any type of complementary football. It gets easier this week with Mercer coming to town, but then they finish at Alabama. So at this point, they got to win both of those games to even get bowl eligible, which that's not going to happen because they're not beating Alabama. I think they'll probably thump Mercer this week, especially if Ashton Daniels plays. But they're not beating Alabama. They're probably not going bowling at all this year.
Well, speaking of Alabama, that's where Oklahoma is headed this weekend. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Crimson Tide, and Boomer Sooner. Looking forward to this game. Last year, they came into Alabama came into Norman, and it was interesting because Alabama was great last year and came into Oklahoma and lost, and seemed kind of weird. And then this year started off thinking, boy, Alabama's just not going to be the team they were. And they have actually turned everything around. So this is going to be a tough game coming up on Saturday. Dalton, you do have an opinion on this, so I want to start with you here.
Oh, we're going to let him talk?
Yeah, he gets to talk.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay.
He took a nap while you were talking. So feel free to return the favor. But if you, what does Oklahoma need to do in this game, especially traveling on the road? It's in the middle of the day, 2:30 on ABC, to bring home a victory on this one.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of what we talked about last week. Like, my opinion on it hasn't changed. I don't want to see us sit in a zone for 4 quarters defensively. I want to see us get after the quarterback. I want to see us play some man-to-man on the sides and see if Guillory can make some plays. See if we can find a way early in the game not to let their offense get into a rhythm. And then we talk about it all year. We have to establish a run game, and we mentioned it last week. If that means that the John Messier run game needs to be established early, let it be established. And I'm hoping that he's a little bit more healthy and can step into throws a little bit better, can make some reads a little bit better. But we have to have a run game, and our defense has to be in attack mode. I mean, that's what I want to see. This Alabama team is really good. They've turned it around since that Florida State game. There's no doubt about it. So it's a tough task in Tuscaloosa. But my opinion has not changed. Oklahoma is capable of winning. Yeah. It's just which Oklahoma team are we going to see, and what type of play caller are we going to see in Ben Arbuckle, and what type of defensive play caller are we going to see in Brent Venables?
Brandon, let me ask you, does the off week help or hurt Oklahoma? I mean, we had some momentum, it kind of felt like, from the Tennessee game. If we rolled right into Alabama, would it have been a different story if you didn't have a week off?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like we needed to get healthy. We need our Mason Thomas. We need Gentry Williams to be 100%. We need some of these guys that have just had some nagging injuries. I mean, we're 11 weeks into the season. There's going to be injuries. That's going to happen. But I don't think so. I think we need to make Alabama not convert 48% of their third down conversions, which is what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're converting almost 50% of their third down conversions. And OU also ranks 66th in the FBS in red zone defense. They're allowing opponents to score on 84.2% of their drives in the red zone. Alabama's offense scores on 92% of their drives that get into the red zone. So Oklahoma really needs to, 1, buckle down on defense, and 2, just like Dalton said, we got to have the play calling, we got to have the quick passing game, and we can't rush 3 and drop 8. You're going to have to get pressure on Ty Simpson in this game, because if you let him stand back there, he's going to pick you apart, because you cannot cover their wide receivers for more than 2 or 3 seconds on a consistent basis.
Yeah, and knowing those stats too, if we get to third downs, which we're going to, Oklahoma does this often. We get to third down, but then we let up and we let them move the chains. It's one of those risk-reward opportunities on third down. Play man-to-man and get after the quarterback, and don't let them convert, because if they convert and then they go quick and now they're moving the chains again, they get into the red zone. If they're going to convert on, over 85% of their red zone touches, then that doesn't do us any good. So you might as well do everything you can on third down when they're in our territory to make sure that they're not moving the chains. And then that percentage is if you're playing the analytics game, that's important.
I mean, Alabama's offense, their offensive line is really good at pass blocking. They're not that great at rush blocking, but Ty Simpson's only thrown 1 interception all year to his 21 touchdowns. So he doesn't get a whole lot of pressure on him. We're going to have to get pressure on him. If you let him sit back there and continue his 67% completion rate and let him add to his 21 touchdowns and not get any picks off of him or not make him fumble or anything like that, you're really going to have a rough day slowing this Alabama offense down. I mean, they're only rushing for 111 yards a game, which is 120th in FBS. That's crazy when you think about an Alabama team. I mean, this isn't the Alabama team of last year that could run the ball on anybody. Sure ain't the Alabama team of Nick Saban that had 2 or 3 guys that would get, 80 to 100 yards rushing every game. So we're only giving up 82.4 yards of rushing per game. So we really need to make Ty Simpson beat us, and we really need to be selective and smart on our blitz packages and that kind of stuff. Look, Alabama isn't the type of offense that we've faced in our last 2 games. They're not Ole Miss. They're not Tennessee, where they're just going to spread it out. They're much more of a pro style offense where they're going to set up in their run pro. They're going to set up in their pass pro, and you're typically just going to get what you get out of their offense. It is a very pro style. It's not going to be all the bells and whistles. It's going to be good on good. They're going to put their offense out there that's passing for 291 yards a game and having over 400 yards a game against our defense, who is only giving up 264 yards a game. So it's going to be good on good, and it's really going to boil down to not letting them get off to a fast start in Tuscaloosa. That's going to be tough. I don't feel like this atmosphere is going to be tougher than last week's atmosphere or 2 weeks ago atmosphere at Tennessee. That atmosphere was insane. I don't feel like Alabama has that in the bag, but we're just going to have to come out and be aggressive on defense, play man-to-man, try to not get beat, put a safety over the top of Ryan Williams. I'm okay with that. But you got to play man-to-man on the other side and quit dropping into this weak zone and letting them pick you apart because it's not working.
We know a win would do for Oklahoma. It means that still playoff hopes are alive. Dalton, what if we come out with an L? What does that mean for the rest of the season?
Really tough to get to the playoff. I mean, there's just so many good SEC teams. I think that I don't want to say must win. You can't lose bad. You have to make this a competitive game, and then you'd obviously, if you were to lose this in Tuscaloosa, you have to win out. Because it's Oklahoma and because I think the committee looks at your past. Yeah. I think they always have. And recent past for Oklahoma has not been good. It feels in some way like you have to win out if you're OU. I don't think you necessarily have to, but you definitely can't go into Tuscaloosa and get blown out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think more than likely you have to win out.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not saying it's a must. I mean, if you lose by, 4 points on a last second drive or whatever, then maybe you can say, look, we played Alabama to a 1-score game. They scored on the last possession of the game to win it. But I don't think that really is going to get us anywhere. It does help that some of these other teams have been falling out. I mean, Memphis losing last week helps us a lot. BYU losing probably helps us a lot of having a chance of getting in at 9-3. But we're going to need more of that to happen. I'd really like to see Notre Dame lose to Pitt this week, and then I would feel even a little better about it.
That's what it comes down to me is Notre Dame. If they can get another loss, you feel a lot better if you're Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But until there's,
with no championship game for
Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame is we knock on them, but now I'm starting to wonder if they're not the smartest team in college football until the committee's going to make them join a conference. You can lose 2-3 games and you don't get penalized.
Yeah. But there's going to be teams that go to their conference championship and lose and don't get in. Notre Dame doesn't have to play in a conference championship, so they don't have.
That's what I'm saying. They're at this point, maybe they're playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. Like, because the committee is looking at them like, oh, they're one of the best teams, and I'm like, it's really easy to go do it once. You can play a weak ACC and Big 12 and Pac-12. I'm not talking Big 10. I'm talking you're not playing Big 10 teams. You're playing Pac-12 teams. You can play that type of schedule, lose some games, play an American Conference team and dominate Navy. Like, you can go do that, lose a couple games and still get in, and then you can beat an SEC team one time. But go join a conference. Go join the Big 10 and do it weekly. Have to play this conference schedule weekly and then come talk Notre Dame. But until the committee is going to put pressure on them to do that, I mean, why would they?
I mean, they're making 10 times more than any of these other teams are making money-wise in the season because of their money deals. They're not going to. And as long as they keep getting rewarded, they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
And that's what's frustrating is they don't have to do what these other teams do.
And I don't think the committee is coming to that anytime soon because we're about to expand the playoff to 16 teams, I think.
Right.
And then they're basically guaranteed in almost every year.
Yeah, they can lose 3 games and they'll get in guaranteed.
Yeah.
This is the first time all season I was looking through this. Every pick you guys made was right. The only one that you had that was different were your locks, and both of you guys got those. And so it puts Brandon now at 73, Dalton at 64 going into our picks this week, starting off with the 6:30 ESPN game, Clemson versus Louisville. This is on Friday. Start with this game. Brandon.
Yeah, man, you got to give me Louisville. Clemson is a dumpster fire right now. And I don't really have a big breakdown of this game, but
yeah.
Louisville's playing pretty decent this year, and Clemson's a dumpster fire. Give me Louisville.
Dalton.
Louisville.
Okay. Dalton, stay with you. 11 a.m. on Saturday, ESPN South Carolina, headed to the home of the 12th man.
This would be a brutal upset. Give me Texas A&M.
Exactly.
Same.
Yeah. All right, Brandon.
But hang on. We say same, but we keep saying it every week. A&M always lays an egg somewhere. I have a feeling and a bad feeling, and I hate this, that egg could possibly come in the last game of the season. We'll talk about that again in a future podcast.
Speaking of Texas versus Georgia, it's the primetime game on ABC on Saturday. Brandon, what do you got here?
Man, got to give me Georgia till somebody beats them. I know they played a lot of close games, and they've somehow just figured out a way to win. I mean, Gunnar Stockton is that quarterback that Georgia has seemed to have a lot, where they're like, he's not flashy, he just figures out a way to win. Give me Georgia until somebody beats them and proves that they can actually pull it over. I mean, it's between the hedges. Georgia's at home. You got to go Georgia.
Be a third Texas loss. Dalton, who you got?
Yeah, I got to go with Georgia and Athens. I was impressed with Manning 2 weeks ago, and we talked about that. It was his best game yet, but this one's different. Tough road environment to go to. I mean, I can't pick against Georgia at home.
First game on ABC on Saturday, 11 a.m. Dalton, staying with you to start this one off. Notre Dame versus Pitt.
As much as I want to pick Pitt, I'm picking Notre Dame.
Got it. Brandon.
I don't think I am. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Let's go. And I hope you're right. I want to lose.
I think Pittsburgh's going to pull off the upset. I don't know how good Notre Dame is. Everybody's like, oh, we'll figure out how good they were last week. They played Navy. You're not figuring out anything in that game. I mean, we may figure out how good they are this week. I don't know. I still don't think, even if they blow Pittsburgh out, I still don't think they're that good.
That's what we talked about. Like, it's an ACC team that's not even going to be in the ACC championship game.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating.
Yeah. Give me Pitt.
UCF rolls into Lubbock at 2:30 on Fox. Brandon, who you got? UCF or Texas Tech?
Texas Tech. Texas Tech's rolling right now. Texas Tech.
Yeah. Dalton.
Texas Tech. Tortilla right in the face of Scott Frost.
Right there. Staying with you, Dalton. Iowa versus USC, 2:30, but I'm not seeing a channel for this game yet.
It's the Corn Channel again.
That's right. That's right. That's the only channel that Iowa plays on. I forget. Are they not allowed to show an Iowa game?
It's 2 weeks in a row. I don't know.
Advertised? Is it what it is? Who you got in this?
I like USC, but man, Iowa just keeps games close. I don't understand it, but I like USC in this one.
Okay. Brandon.
Same.
Okay.
I would love to pick Iowa, but same.
Time for your locks. Brandon, you go first. Who you got?
I'm going to Columbia, Missouri. Mississippi State coming in town. They've been a much improved team this year. 3 of their 5 losses have come by 1 score or less. Missouri coming off the beatdown by A&M is in store for a really tough game. Missouri is favored by 7.5. I'm going to take Mississippi State. I think they have a chance to win this game. They played a lot of close games, and Max Zollers from Missouri is in because Pribula got hurt, but last week Zollers hurt his hand and was really struggling with his hand through the end part of that game. So there's questions whether he's actually going to play this week. If not, they're going to be down to their 3rd string quarterback. Give me Mississippi State plus the 7.5, and I'm going to call an upset in this game.
Okay. How about you, Dalton?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Friday night game. I think Louisville at home with Clemson should cover the 3.5. Louisville's still trying to stay in the race for the ACC championship game. There's some teams above them with one loss. This is a must-win game for them. So give me Louisville to cover the 3.5.
All right. It's going to be a better weekend this weekend. Get some Oklahoma football back on. It's interesting when you don't have the stress, but it also feels like what am I supposed to be watching right now?
Right. It just feels like the day sucks.
That's right.
It's like I watched football all day, but I don't even really care.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yep, I'm looking forward to the game on Saturday. So I haven't figured out my menu for this week. I don't know what we're going to have yet. Sounds like
Our friends are having Friendsgiving this weekend. So we're going to watch the game and then go there. And so eat somebody else's turkey, I guess.
So, yeah, you don't have to worry about have to worry about cooking anything big.
The dessert, yeah.
Dalton, how about you? What are you eating this week? Oh, you're going to be at school, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll get to the game in the second quarter, so I have no idea what's on the menu. I'll have Mick whip something up so it's ready for me as soon as I get
you're
home.
door dashing. Right?
Just DoorDash some pizzas.
Yeah. Wings might be the move.
Yeah, they might be a good move. Guys, I'm looking forward to this weekend. You know what they say, though, right?
The weekend is good.
But the midweek is always better.
And boom goes the dynamite.